Hi. I'm in a very weird mood today. I'm not quite sure why I just forgot how to start a video, but hi, welcome back to my channel. I just posted a new podcast episode of the Blaire White Project, my podcast, episode 3, episode Trace on my Patreon. Link is down below. The guest this week was Lauren Chen. It was a really great conversation, and you can join my Patreon to be a viewer of that episode and every episode and get other perks. But onto the video, you guys. So Jessica Yaniv is back. Yes, I regret to inform you that Jessica Yaniv is back and making headlines once again. She is making a comeback, and unfortunately, fair warning, your lunch may also be making a comeback. It is so crazy, but Jessica found herself facing new trouble with the law, this time for sexually harassing dozens of firefighters and emergency service workers, and has apparently also got a vajayjay. And it's not just that Jessica Yaniv has gotten a sex change, it's that she is sending pictures of said sex change unsolicited to women online. So if you don't know who Jessica Yaniv is, I know it's been about a year since I've talked about this person because they have been laying low, but you can go watch my previous videos on Jessica. Jessica Yaniv is basically, I guess we just kind of have to say Jessica's trans now that there's been an actual sex change, and is a diddler. That's the most important thing you need to know. Is a diddler, is a predator towards children and towards women, and uses the trans status to completely escape any and all consequences, and has been harming people for about a year and a half now with literally no consequences at all because they're trans. Because apparently in Canada, it is more illegal to use incorrect pronouns for someone than for Jessica Yaniv to go around harming people. So here's the story, you guys, from the Post Millennial, who, shout out to them. I also write for the Post Millennial. They are a fantastic publication. Jessica Yaniv accused of harassing emergency first responders with lewd conduct. Canadian transgender activist Jessica Yaniv is in the news again. This time she's accused of sexually harassing firefighters and abusing emergency services, according to a letter written by the council representing the township of Langley. Yaniv, 34, who now goes by Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson, I am so sorry, was given a notice by the British Columbia City that she would be billed for emergency services following over 30 frivolous 911 calls she made since January 21st. The township also accused her of engaging in inappropriate and lewd conduct. So we have to break this down as we read it. 30 frivolous 911 calls in a matter of pretty much exactly 3 weeks. That is more than once a day that she is calling. How insane do you have to be to fake 911 calls more than once a day? Your conduct has created, among other things, an inappropriate and unsafe environment for fire department staff, the letter reads. This letter serves as a formal notice to you that you will be charged under the township's bylaws, including the township's fire prevention bylaw, for all future calls for assistance to the fire department that do not relate to a medical emergency. So here is the crazy part. Yaniv retaliated on Twitter, accusing the township of transphobia. Insane, obviously, it gets crazier. She said she was in the bathtub when she needed emergency help and denies engaging in lewd conduct. So Yaniv was presumably naked in the bathtub, and more than once a day for 3 weeks called the fire department, called emergency services to have them extract her naked self from the bathtub. Like, you realize, like, that is what happened. The level of depravity and the extent at which this human being is willing to go to violate others and to put other human beings, particularly women, in vulnerable positions is disgusting. And then, of course, obviously going and crying transphobia is a fucking insult to all trans people. I mean, it's just disgusting. And I'm just in awe. We're going to keep going. The story keeps going. But I'm just in awe that this person has done so much, for which we've chronicled in previous videos, coming, you know, when it comes to kids, to racial attacks on women, sexual attacks on women. Like, why is this person not put away? Even if it's not going to be prison, like, are there not psych wards on deck in this area. Like, I'm so confused, because the craziest thing is we've seen Yaniv like attack reporters physically. 911 called. I did a live stream with Yaniv in which 911 was called immediately after, and she was actually detained for having a taser on the live stream. So, and she's not living in some grand city. So the police and fire departments and the local city government must know everything about this person. And yet nothing has been done. Like, how? Okay, here's where it gets really disgusting, you guys. So Jessica, again, got this new enhancement down below and has been on Twitter sending it to people unsolicited, pictures of it. So obviously we're blurring this out, you guys, but I promise you the uncensored photo is probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. And I've watched The Human Centipede, every type of slasher film, like... Hi, Laura M. Douglas. Does this look normal? There's some hypergranulation tissue in my vagina, but what's that big slit under to the right of it? Hashtag LGBTQ, hashtag trans. Ugh. If you guys need a return to some cute imagery, here's my new custom laptop, picture of me and Bella, custom painted. Hopefully that did something. So again, like, what the actual I am so confused as to how this person gets to just run amok doing all of this, wasting city resources, sexually harassing people, targeting children, targeting women, targeting immigrants, and there's literally nothing that can be done. I think it's such a disgrace, and it's such a blight on this community of Langley that this person just continues around. And there's no one in a position of power in this city that can do anything. And I'm sure all the people that are so hell-bent on like thinking that every single thing I do and say has some sort of negative, you know, intention, or why am I harped up on Jessica Yaniv? Like, why do I focus on the bad apples and this and this and that? Because no one else does. Literally, are there any other trans YouTubers who do? One or two, maybe. Like, I think this genuinely really shows how much of a weapon it is to accuse someone of a phobia, of an ist, of being a bigot, of being, you know, intolerant of trans people or other minorities. Like, it is really the ultimate weapon. It's obviously a troll, but it's also still a real life predator. We're seeing this person take it to the absolute extent of what you can do, which is once you start accusing people for any reason of being transphobic or being bigoted, you can get away with anything. And what does that say about society? Like, Jessica Yaniv has broken countless laws, okay? I have sat on the phone with the police in that area, with them telling me, yes, this is a law that was broken. Yes, this is illegal what she's doing. And still nothing. And I genuinely think it's the cowardice of the local police department being unwilling to be seen as transphobic, despite the fact that it's like, what are you gonna find? Like maybe one or two people that are gonna call you transphobic for holding someone like this to task? Like, there are genuinely people who maybe don't support Jessica Yaniv, but get very, very upset if you dare to misgender Jessica Yaniv, if you dare to like make any kind of joke about the trans aspect of the story. And it's like, diddlers don't have rights, in my opinion. Like, diddlers don't have the right to be gendered correctly. I'm doing it because, you know, I don't feel like getting in trouble with the YouTube gods. Y'all can gender this person however you want. You're not the ones getting in trouble. I would be. But I genuinely think it's cowardice. Like, to the police department in Langley, there are videos of this person assaulting people. There is evidence of crimes being broken. And now you guys can't even prioritize children and women in your city being kept safe. Now you can't prioritize, or immigrants. Now you can't prioritize your own city servants and your own fire department over being seen as transphobic, for holding this person accountable for their actions? Is that really what's happening? With that being said, I'm gonna go, you guys. I have to go enjoy my Valentine's Day alone because Joey's working and traveling, and I'm gonna be alone all night. So I'm probably gonna order some ice cream. I love you guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel as well as my second channel, Blaire Black. I'll put an annotation somewhere on the screen for you to do that. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok because I post on there way more than I do on here. So you gotta follow those to keep up with me. Also, click the link down below to join my Patreon, which hosts my podcast, The Blaire White Project, and other perks. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.